Yeah.
Okay, we are live. Welcome back, guys, to MO Pitch Talk, and welcome back to a little segment here called Take a Touch. And it's a good day to be an Arsenal fan. I'm not gonna lie. The past 24 hours has been a bit of a movie. It's been a bit of a madness, but we'll touch on that as well. The Premier League is finally back. I'm not sure about you guys, but I tried my best to watch like nearly every single game. I was just so excited that the football was back again, proper football, not like that Club World Cup friendly type of rubbish. You know what I mean? Real football, real men. Do you know what I mean? Putting heart and soul on the line. But before we get into all that, guys, we'll do a Premier League recap, and I have some stuff that I want to get into with the boys as well. As always, my host with the most, we have my boy Pato. Give yourself a round of applause, my bro. Come on. Hey.
I think he was frozen for ages. I don't know.
I swear down. I didn't even realize because I was just speaking.
I was
And
trying to
it
keep
just
it
disappeared.
professional. I was trying not
Yeah,
to
I
laugh.
was, I was trying to keep it professional. I wasn't even paying attention to him. No, it just disappeared. No, that's fair enough. I was about to introduce H, but H is not even here right now. I don't even know what's going on. But yeah, we'll try and get in contact with this guy and see if we can get back into the pod. But Pato, I wanted to get into this one with you. I think it's fair enough to start with the biggest game of the weekend, Arsenal versus Manchester United. I'm not too sure if you had a chance around 4:30 on a Sunday if you managed to watch that game all.
Of course, I was there.
Mm,
I had a little takeaway ready.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Had a little cold one on the side. What was back for
Very
4:30
nice.
Sunday?
Nah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. What did you make of the result? Just before we get into some deep analysis, what did you just make of the 1-0?
I think the result was very, very, very important because if you had drawn or lost that game while Liverpool and City had won, it just starts the season off with a very, very weird precedent.
Yeah.
Because already they're saying Liverpool's going to run away with the title. Already they're saying Arteta's under a lot of pressure. Already they're saying Gyökeres. They're saying all sorts about him. Actually, it's a bit mad. So if you
They're
had drawn,
calling him Brock Lesnar and all this type of stuff as well. Like
they're calling him,
it's all
yeah,
types of that.
they're
But
calling
they
him the
said,
White Lukaku.
yeah, the white Lukaku. Somebody said he's not a Glockeres anymore. Is Lukaku like is mad.
People said it's gonna go from this to this. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, the result is very important. At the start of the season, when everyone's going to the teething problems, just pick up the points. That's the most important thing. Is just to pick up the points. Because whether you play well or you don't play well, we all know you're gonna get better as the season goes. Remember that season where you had like I think it was 16 wins, one draw or one loss or something.
Mm,
That's the type of form that you are going to be able to pick up
mm,
later on in the season. So I think as long as you got the 3 points, happy days. Obviously, Arteta knows he needs to improve, but also I feel like he kind of came with that game plan. He knew, obviously, he knows Mbeumo and Cunha are in the United squad now,
mm,
and it's United away, first game of the season. The place is going to be rocking, so there's no point to try and come there and play expansive football and try and go toe to toe with them. Because then, if you had done that, you would have lost that game.
yeah.
I think he came with the perfect game plan. I think he did what he needed to do, and we've been telling Arteta, we've been saying about Arteta, he's been playing good football, and he hasn't been winning. So now you're playing whatever type of football, bad, good, doesn't matter. Just win at the end of the day. That's all that matters at the end of the season. So very good result.
No, yeah, absolutely. H, we didn't even get a chance to even introduce you into the thing. Your whole system was just bugging out. I was in the middle of giving an intro for Pato, then all of a sudden you just disappeared. But no time for that, anyways. But just give me your quick analysis. Well, not quick analysis, but your quick thoughts on Man United versus Arsenal. What did you make of the result before we kind of dive a little bit deeper into the game?
Yeah, look, I think I think he had a game plan. I think the game plan was executed defensively anyway. Attacking was,
Sorry,
I think,
sorry to cut you off. Both of you guys have now mentioned the game plan. What game plan were you both seeing that you that you kind of say, okay, you actually came in with some sort of idea? Because there's been a lot of talk and a lot of discourse that we can't play the way we played against United and expect to win the league and all this type of stuff. And it looks like we were just getting ran through. And you know what I'm saying? Like United were putting us the belt for large parts of the game. What did you guys see from the game? I'll start off with you, H. What from what you saw, what was the game plan?
I think the game plan was the first game of the season. Let's try and win. But if we get the early goal, then we need to set up ourselves defensively and make sure everything's airtight. With the wing backs, it's easy to just get doubled up. We saw Saka was coming back a lot more. He was playing defensively. Martinelli was playing defensively. Even when Manduki came on, he was being defensive as well in his style of play. So it was one of those where it's just like, because with wing backs, you can easily get doubled, triple teamed, and be caught on the counter, which were a large portion of the time. So I think Arteta himself knew with this attack force, like Mbeumo scored 20 goals last season. Cunha was a focal point for Wolves last season. He was scoring a lot of goals. So he knew that there was a threat. And he knew with those wing backs, we can easily be caught with Calafiori going into midfield as well. So there will be gaps there. So I think for him, the game plan was, let's try and be as airtight as we can. Because like we all know, everyone kind of has tough fixtures the first 4 weeks of the league. So if you lose away to United, puts you in such a bad position, because every other team that's meant to win or challenge for the title has won their games already. So
yeah, I get that. I get that. It did look a lot more defensive than I've seen in most games relatively, because Saka didn't have a great game in my opinion. He kind of stuck on the joint. Declan Rice, who was all over the place, even Zubimendi as well. But well, Pato, what was the game plan that you saw? Is it something similar to what H is describing, or was it a little, what exactly did you see? Was it a little bit different?
Obviously, we'll actually never know what exactly the game plan was or what Arteta said to the players. But it comes a point where, I guess, if you're a good manager, your players know what to do in different type of situations.
Mm-hmm.
If this last season, you're not playing like that because you don't need to. Who's going to score for United?
Mm-hmm.
But you kind of do what the game asks of you. So if Cunha and Mbeumo are being direct, are really good in the 1v1s, then obviously you adjust. If that wasn't the original game plan, you adjust. There's no, because a lot of teams, like, let's take Spurs for instance last season. They're under pressure, but they don't care. They're getting pressed, but they're still keeping the high line. If you're an intelligent team, everyone on the pitch should know, look, these men are really putting us under pressure. What's the point of us trying to push up and go toe-to-toe with them when they're just going to run in behind with the pace that they have? Let's just be solid and not concede. And especially going 1-0 up so early, and then United bring in what they were bringing, you kind of feel the vibe of the situation. Don't be stupid, because if you had come out and try and go and beat them, and then you would have drew or lost, they would say, "Oh, you were 1-0 up away at Old Trafford. Why didn't you keep your clean sheet?" You know what I mean? If you're at home, it's a whole different scenario because you've got your crowd. They want to get entertained. But when you go away to United, bro, this Amarin, yeah, his life is on the line. So he's not going to be as bad as last season, 100%. And the players that they brought in, Cunha and Mbeumo, are not a joke. They are not to be played with, and they should have got at least a point. If we're being real,
Absolutely.
He's really got away with one. So I think Arteta, he just did what he needed to do in that instance. Like I said before, you're not going to play like that for the rest of the season, because obviously you won't win the league if that's going to be your game plan. Because on a very good day, Cunha scores. Or Mbeumo scores, or something else happens, and then the game becomes more open, and then they get the second. Do you know what I mean? So you just have to do what you need to do, especially at the start of the season. Just don't drop points early, because dropping points early, bro, you'll be out of the title race before you know it. Look, Chelsea drew, bro, they're out of the title race. they're not even in it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, man, it's whoever blinks first, really, with the whole title race situation.
See, even with United as well, I have a bit of a mad stat to show you guys when it comes to this Amarin guy. So now, after that defeat to Arsenal on the weekend, Ruben Amorim has now lost 15 of his 28 Premier League games. This is the fastest the manager has reached 15 defeats in the competition without taking charge of a newly promoted team within that period. Boys, he's my candidate to get sacked first, because even though as good of a manager I think he is, I just think the job United is like a bit of a poison chalice right now. it just feels like whoever goes in there is just going to get swallowed whole by the club, the whole issues around them as well. And 15 losses in your first 28 games, and like, and we can't even say that the team that he inherited. I know it wasn't his team, but the players aren't that bad to rack up 15 losses. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you like, Pardo, if you think of the team that Klopp took over at Liverpool originally, you say that's a mediocre team to the team
Yeah,
that Mamorin walked into at United. Even H as well, the team that Arteta took over at Arsenal originally, and then the team that Amarin walked into. Bro, you should be getting a lot more from these players. 15 losses in 28 games. I think he has the worst win percentage as a United manager in history right now. Like, what can this guy do?
it's because he doesn't want. Obviously, last season he said, no matter who I have as to what players I have, I don't care. I'm playing my five at the back or three at the back, whatever you want to call it. And he had that stubbornness. Nearly got relegated with the stubbornness.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, he is not going to change that formation. Now, to me, coming when they're looking for a Man United manager, obviously Man United have a brand of football, attacking on the front foot, bullying teams, and you've got this guy who wants to play three at the back. I don't know who's going to win the Premier League playing three at the back. I'll be so real, because you're looking at the teams that have been winning the Premier League even before Klopp and Pep came, even with like Mancini and stuff like that. Even when Ferguson was leaving before Ferguson left, bro, it's 4-3-3. This is what we do in this Premier League, man. Why do you think you're going to be different? The closest person, I guess, Conte won it with three at the back. That was maybe
Yeah,
the last one to do
that
it.
was one season he did that for as well, and he changed that tactic mid-season as well. It's not like he started off with it, so people were kind of prepared for it. It's like something that he just kind of changed. Everybody was kind of like, "Oh shit, we're not used to this," and he just kind of just steamrolled the league. And before people even realized what happened, bro, that league title was wrapped up.
Exactly. And then what happened the next season? Fair enough, he won the league, so I can't say it's a rubbish formation or it can't work. But the chances of you being the guy that's going to come to this Premier League, play three at the back, and win the league, because at the end of the day, if you're the manager for United, City, Chelsea, Arsenal, for you to be a success at that club, you have to win the league or the Champions League.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. For your tenure to be a success, doesn't matter how long it takes, but by the time you leave, you need to have won the title for it to be a success. There is no way this guy will ever win a title at United. I'm so sorry. There's no way.
He's like I said to you, anyways. He's my candidate to get sacked first in this Premier League season. I feel like it will probably happen before Christmas, anyways. I'll give him until about December. But H, 15 losses in 28 games. Like, I know they're putting a better performance against Arsenal yesterday, but I feel like it was just hyped up because it's Arsenal first game of the season. They have a couple of new players in there as well, so there's a bit of excitement. So now I'm looking like, okay, you're riding on a high that you should have beaten Arsenal, you didn't. You can say, yeah, this down the third was the deciding factor. You lost the game. Arsenal got the 3 points, you didn't. But now they go away to Fulham next week, and it's not the games against the United, not against United, but the Cities, the Arsenals, and Liverpool I'm worried about when it comes to Ruben Amorim's, Manchester United. It's the Fulham's away. It's the Aston. It's going to Villa Park. It's going to Newcastle away, and all this type of stuff. Do you think this guy's going to be able to do, and are they going to be able to keep up that level of performance that you've seen from them yesterday as well?
See, do you know the difference is compared to last season is the people that were letting United down the most, bar Casemiro, they're nowhere to be seen.
Okay.
Jadon Sancho's not there.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony isn't there.
But Jadon Sancho and Anthony weren't really there last season as well, though.
But they were all sent to the mountains. They sent them to the mountains. Do you know what I mean? Rashi's not there. And I've always said Garnacho's not there. And I've always said that Rashford, Garnacho, those two, they're always the problem kids in United. They were. Because it got to a point where they felt they were bigger than United. So even Amran coming in and dropping both of them because they weren't training hard enough. As a professional, in your mind, you'd be like, nah, I'm gonna work out, try to get back in the squad. Bro, how long did it take for Russia to get back in? How long did it take for Garnacho to get back in the squad? But look at what the attitude is now for United. I feel like even though like they usually turn up against the bigger teams, it's okay. Who did he bring in now? He brought in Mbeumo. He brought in Cunha. You saw the you saw Cunha when I think when he was wrestling Saliba and he won the free. You saw the intensity that he brings.
Yeah.
Shesko now as well. The personality he's brought in, like they haven't won anything in their careers, but they have the mentality of winners. You could say they have the mentality of like winners, like they want to win something. They're putting on that jersey to go and win something. That changes the air of the whole club. Now everybody knows because it's not like they brought in some joke men. They brought in Mbeumo scored 20 goals. Cunha was a star player for Wolves. Shesko is a highly tipped talent in the. So it's like the energy is different, the vibe is different. So I think for Amarin, it's definitely not going to be the same thing last season. He's got rid of all the dead weight. This is almost his squad now. So look, I've always said I've always loved doing a hate watch for United. I'll enjoy doing my hate watches for them now. So it's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, no, it's just I don't know. I don't see him getting very far with this squad and his style of play as well. I know it worked a treat against Arsenal Football Club yesterday, but I just feel like I just seen a lot of weird stuff that I don't usually see from Arsenal. Like to me, Saliba was playing as if he was either high, drunk, or was on snooze yesterday. That first half that he had at Old Trafford was diabolical. Declan Rice, I've never seen him play so badly in my life. Like genuinely, at a certain point, I didn't even know he was on the pitch. Zubimendi as well. I feel like the game and the occasion kind of swallowed him whole. There was a couple of it wasn't as cool, calm, controlled self joy. Like Ben White was a little bit decent, but he got skinned a couple of times by Cunha as well. And Bukayo Saka wasn't at one of his worst games. One of his worst games. And if I'm gonna slate Martinelli, I have to keep it fair. Saka wasn't any better. Even Odegaard, it was one of Odegaard's best games recently, but it still wasn't good enough in certain moments as well, because there was a couple of times where we were able to hit United in a transition, and he dilly dally on the ball trying to make a decision to he's like when he has the ball, he's thinking too much instead of just releasing the pass. Do you know what I'm saying? There was another chance as well that we were trying to hit them on the counter attack. Martinelli had the ball, he was driving into the middle, and instead of him just to play a nice little pass and to the left hand side for Odegaard to take, Flipping goes down the other side of the pitch. Do you know what I'm saying? There was another time Odegaard had the ball again, facing up, Saka on one side, Martinelli on the other side. Takes too long. They eventually take the ball off him. Another point as well, because Saka had the ball trying to face up Mason Mount. Mason Mount just took the ball off him as if he was a kid. Like just everybody wasn't great yesterday, and I think us being so bad made United look a lot better. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm still saying I'm worried if they're going to go to like a Craven Cottage, or if they're going to go to, you know, flipping the Molyneux, or even St James's Park and all that kind of stuff as well. Because I feel like they're still food in a way. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Dogu had a good game. Don't get me wrong. There's a few of the players that had quite relative good games, but I still feel like you can still get at this United squad. So that's why I'm still not quite. I don't know, quite as hung up on them, anyways. But Pato, I wanted to get onto your team. Liverpool, you've had some sort of redemption kind of arc within that game, because you were cruising 2-0. Ekitike scored again. I'm not gonna lie, that guy's looking like a baller, like an absolute baller, a little gem. And his whole play, I was saying he just needs to work on that a little bit, but you know what I'm saying? He could move the ball. Florian Wirtz wasn't really one of his best games. Salah as well wasn't
GA.
it wasn't really there. But listen, you put the ball in the back of the net, and that's the most important thing that you can do on a football pitch. But yeah, how did you feel watching that game? Because it went from ecstasy, you know what I mean? You're winning, you're cruising, say, rubbing your hands together, say, yeah, we're about to defend this Premier League title. Then all of a sudden, Semenyo crashed on your head, and then Chiesa just pulls out of the fire.
Yeah, this is the Premier League, man. You're not gonna. Last season was an anomaly. Most of the time, when people win the league, you really need to fight to win that title.
Yeah.
And Bournemouth as well, by the way, they had a really good season. They were beating people up and down throughout the season. They were even in the European places for most of the season, and then they crashed out. But from our point of view, from what I've seen, when Ekitike is on the pitch, we play better. Because as the last two games I've seen, when he's come off, we started playing not as well.
Even show you the goal. Look how fucking lucky this goal is, because look where he hits it, and look at the placement. Just to be able to get it just behind who's that Konate that was in front of him.
Yeah.
Just to be able to get it behind Konate, the goalkeeper sees it. Petrovic sees it late and is already in. When I seen that goal, I just said, for fuck's sake, man. I said, what is going on?
But Chiesa meant that. That's where he wanted to put the ball. We need to remember, Chiesa at one point, let's say 3, 4, or 5 years ago, he was one of the best. He was one of the best players in the world. He was one of the best players. He was one of the best players at the Euros. Absolutely destroyed England. So obviously injuries has kind of messed him up. But if this Arne Slot guy can just trust in him, bro, he can be up there, man. He's not a scrub. Like done a couple of years ago, he was tearing it up, man. So if he can be our backup, if he can be our new Origi, I will have it. And he could be like a cult hero, man. The fans love. You know what I mean? Imagine that's his first goal in the Premier League. Phil's been here for a year.
It's actually
it's his first goal in the Prem.
No way.
So sometimes you just need a moment like that to, because obviously for him, he's gonna be feeling like, what am I even doing here? I'm not even part of this thing, bro. Now
because I swear he was trying to look to leave in this summer window, no?
Yeah, he was trying to go back to Italy, and I don't blame him. But now, after that match, he can go into the dressing room when everyone's talking about the match. Usually, he's just sitting there. Now he can say his own piece. Yeah, when the ball dropped to me, I just thought I should just hit it. I wanted to do my best team. Fella was doing interviews and all. At the end of the match, he never does interviews. Do you know what I mean? So I think Arne Slot needs to understand you need to trust your squad because this season the challenger is not going to have all the players injured. Let's keep it a buck. Arsenal can touch 90 points. City can touch 90 points. You need to trust your bench. Slot as well, he got it wrong with the substitutions. He took off the 2 fullbacks, put Endo at right back, and put on Robertson. Fair enough, he put on Robertson. But what is Endo doing at right back? You have a Joe Gomez there. He said that, Gomez just came back. I didn't think he could do 30 minutes. Brother, if he can't do 30 minutes...
Why is he on the bench?
Why is he here? You brought him on, and then when you brought him on, we looked a little bit more solid. Because obviously Joe Gomez is a solid defender. What I will say is, why I still trust my team to go on to win the league is, I think we have this thing where if we're drawing or losing, brother, we're going to attack you, bro. Like, every time we're like 2-2, 2-1 down, the urgency, the wave upon wave upon wave of attacks that's just going to come is something special, I think. Like, being able to, like, get a point when you're losing, when you haven't played well, being able to score 4 goals and you had a bad game. It's something. If we can just sort out this defense, I don't think our defense will be as good as yours because you have the best defense in the league. If we can be close to you in defense, but that attack be as potent as I know it can be, I have all the faith in the world.
I feel like you guys are gonna have to either lean on one side because I feel like right now your attack is way better than your defense. I think that's where your bread and butter, and that's where you're gonna get your points. You're gonna get points for them. But I was watching that game, and it's just like Semenyo was just running through. Your midfield seems to be kind of easy enough to kind of run through. I don't know, and I don't really know why.
So obviously Gravenberch hasn't played those last 2 games because he's suspended, so he'll be back the next game. And also, I think Slot needs to find the balance because you're playing Szoboszlai. In this match, you played Szoboszlai.
Yeah, it's Szoboszlai that deeper role. I don't want to see it ever again. Get that shit out here, man. I don't ever want to see that again.
He keeps losing the ball as well. And
because he's trying to spam. He's trying to spam like 30-yard diagonals as if he's like Steven Gerrard or something like that. Like he's not that good.
That's not his game. So obviously, just like you guys, we're having teething problems as well. Like, let's not get into
no. You're not having teething problems. If you can score 4 goals, you're not having teething problems. We scraped 1 from a set piece and we decided to call it a day. You know what I'm saying? Our problems are not your problems.
But you got peppered and kept a clean sheet. We're getting peppered and we're conceding 2 goals. So to be honest, they might end up pushing this narrative where if we're the top 2, it's going to be like, 2 different styles competing for the league, defense versus attack. That's how they're going to try and spin it. But we both know you need to be good in both aspects to win the league. Let's keep it real. Because what's the point of keeping clean sheets when you can't score? You just be having 0-0 games, taking your 1 point. Do you know what I mean? And what's the point of us scoring 4 when we're conceding 5? So everybody needs to fix up, man. But I think we're still going to do a little bit of business in the rest of this window. I think where he's still going to come in, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed for Isak. If those two signings happen, uh, I think it's pretty certain. Not certain, but I'll be pretty confident that we can do back to back.
Yeah, Kieran, I'm not gonna lie, I did not watch. I don't think any of us watched that Leeds versus Everton game because we've been doing on stream, so we're preparing before we even came online as well. So I'm not even sure what the score is. But H, let me move on to you. I know you have a lot to say about this Liverpool side. I know you watched that game with attentive eyes
The biggest hater.
on Friday night.
All I'm saying is, see that second Semenya goal when I went in. Oh, I'm telling you, I was there. Well, look, I've. It's a great opening game for the Prem. Gave us everything, gave us goals, gave us shoddy defending, gave us some bangers. Look, this is what the Prem is all about. But in terms of Liverpool have shown us again what they do, which is score goals, which is, dig deep and put the game to bed. But in terms of the actual performance and man management of that game, it's questionable. And I think, Pato, you yourself is questionable.
Yeah.
I think from a manager perspective, it was almost like a lack of respect for Europe. It's almost like he treated them like they were like an Elche or something, or a Deportivo La Coruña or something like that, where he's just like, yes, 2-0, yes, wrap it up. Let me put Endo right back. Big man, this is not like, there's a gunman on that pitch, and he can blow your head if you're not careful.
Yeah.
But look, in terms of your signings, I think it was a bit tough for oh, my breaking up, lads.
I can hear you.
We can hear you.
This show is tweaking, boys.
Okay. You're back.
Well, I can hear you. I can hear you now.
You're muted. You're muted.
I don't know what is going on with this guy's stuff. Yeah, he's mute himself. Or is his mic just not working?
I don't even know.
Every single week this guy's laptop is always bugging out.
It's the new laptop, isn't it?
Look over, he's trying to figure out what's going on. But while we wait for him, yeah, I know Kieran was talking about that Leeds versus Everton game. So I'm actually,
yeah, I saw they won 1-0 penalty.
Yeah, I just checked it now as well. I haven't forgot it was Monday Night Football today. I'm not.
Yeah, they've done all their predictions.
They're just taking the piss over right now. To be honest with you, full time 1-0.
Did Jack Grealish play?
Yeah, they said he came on about 70 minutes, won a couple of free kicks, wasn't anything too crazy.
Yeah.
Now
I think H is back.
He's back.
You said you should let.
He's back, yeah.
Yeah, this show is tweaking, but it's no cap. Well, yeah, look what I was saying. Sorry. I think your signings, Kerkez and Frimpong, first game, Prem game, bit rusty, bit shy. It is what it is. I don't think they'll be like that for the rest of the season. But your 120 million signing, bro. I've seen this guy thinks he's still in the Bundesliga. This guy thinks he has about 4 days on the ball.
Yeah, I know.
Like big man, you get the ball, you have to let it go. You have to let that ball, you have to spray that ball, you have to move that ball. But I think he's gonna acclimatize eventually. But for 150 million, you better come here and start banging day one. Because the Algerian on the other side of the river, Turkey, the Brahman, what did he do? Quick, got the ball, whoop, bang. I told you, Shaky will score more goals, have more GA than your guy.
No, you won't.
Words, he's a good player, and eventually it will click for him. It will eventually, but I think in a situation in a game like that against Bournemouth, that's a great test for you to really display what like your price tag type of thing. But look, if you get Isak, I don't know, you might give yourself a bit more of a headache because Ekatike is not going to want to sit on the bench. He scored on his debut. He's not going to sit on the bench. Great for competition, but I think you might have some disgruntled players because then what happens to Chiesa then? He's further down the pecking order. You know?
Chiesa already knows, look, I'm even lucky to be getting my 10, 15 minutes. And he's happy with that. He's happy with if he gets his 10, 15 minutes, scores 6 goals, 7 goals, scores happy days. I think Ekatike could actually play left wing.
Don't put Chris Brown on the left wing, bro. That is not his position.
Would he be happy to play on the left wing though? That's
you're not the big dog. You can't be saying I'm not happy, I'm happy, brother. If they're letting you play, just play until you score 20 goals, 10 assists, and then be telling me, yeah, I want to play this position.
Well, but listen, he could chat to you, say, listen, I scored in the Community Shield. The reason why we lost that game is not my fault. I scored against Bournemouth. The reason why they came back and made it 2-2 is not my fault as well. Say I've been doing my job.
100%. You know, Darwin Núñez scored in the Community Shield when we won it. What happened to him? So I'm not believing the hype. Yeah, he's played well. His link-up play is a lot better. He's a lot cuter on the ball. I've been down this road before. Just because you're expensive and you scored a couple of goals, I'm not believing the hype. Give me 20.
You guys don't think Ekatike is enough?
Maybe he is, maybe he's not. But Isak is a guarantee, 100%. Ekatike is not a guarantee yet. And until you become that ilk of player, you can't be dictating saying, "Oh, I want to play." If the bro Slot will ask, if Isak comes in and Ekatike starts complaining, Slot will ask him, "If you were me, who would you play up front?" And he knows himself. He knows himself. You know what I mean? You have to like, this is football. This is not a joke. This is billions of pounds on the line. He will be happy to play that left wing. Him and Gakpo can be fighting for that left wing. And anyways, Isak, that one that likes to pick up injuries here and there. So when he's injured, he can step in. We also
do you think it's even still worth going for Isak right now? Because think about it, the guys basically had no preseason, yeah. So if you go and spend, what was it, 120 between 150 on them right now, you're going to have to embed them into the system. You're going to have to get them to speed with injury, not injury wise, but fitness wise. And that injury record that you just mentioned as well. What happens now? He's doing a light jog on the pitch, goes and pulls a hammy now. Now he's there for even longer. Do you know what I'm saying? Or he plays 1 or 2 games, goes and pulls up lane, boom, 150 mil asset on the bench for the next like month or something like that. And it's taken longer to then reintegrate into the team, into the squad, into the culture and everything that you guys have going on.
Yeah, 100%. Like, it's the risk you have to take, but I think Liverpool are just seeing the opportunities now. Because if you wait another season, Barcelona's going to come in. You don't know what other clubs are going to do.
You don't have to worry about Barcelona. Those guys are broke.
Yeah, true. But Isak isn't a signing just to win the Premier League this season. Isak is like 4 or 5 years down the line. He's like for the future sort of thing. Salah's gonna go one day, and how are you gonna replace Salah's goals? Isak is probably the closest thing that you can get to replace that amount of goals in the Premier League anyway.
I don't think Isak is inevitable as Salah is. Like, I know Salah divides opinion and people saying that he's aesthetically not pleasing, that the guy is just a GA merchant and this down the turret and blah blah blah. But with Salah, I kind of have to give him the respect that I show the likes of Messi, Neymar, and all these type of guys. Where whenever he has the ball, I feel like something's about to happen.
Yeah, 100%.
Whether he's gonna try taking a couple of players, try beat them, and smash a shot in, or where he's gonna break the lines where incredible pass that I didn't even see, but it's only this guy that saw it. Do you know what I'm saying? He has that kind of air of invincibility about him. I feel like with Isak, he's been bubbling, but we haven't kind of seen it where this guy is like, the minute he steps on the pitch, you need to watch him. Like, you need to pay close attention to this guy. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and moments notice, he can turn a game on his head. Do you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I just don't. Isaac will be a good complementary to what you guys have, but like I told you, anyways, I don't think it's what you need right now. Do you know what I'm saying? I told you about that defensive worries that I had for you guys. You went to sign a 17-year-old. I'm not too sure that's the right move. But if you're going to get Mark Gay on top of that as well, I guess it's not too bad. But yeah, you just I still feel like you need another right back. I'll be honest with you.
Right back.
Yeah, I don't know. I like Connor Bradley, but I feel like he's a bit shaky defensively sometimes as well. Like his position sometimes he can be a little bit off.
I would agree with you. Conor Bradley and Frimpong are not the great. Conor Bradley, I think he's solid defensively, actually, to be honest. But I'm going based off having Trent for how many years. All I know is with Conor Bradley and Frimpong, I don't know. You can't. Maybe they're not world class defenders. Maybe Conor Bradley's a bit more balanced. Maybe Frimpong is not an amazing defender. He's better going forward. But what they will do is they will put more effort in. They will sprint more. Trent was so lazy in his defending. Obviously, he can get away with it because he will just ping a 40-yard ball and then it's an assist. Obviously, the other boys can't do that. But Frimpong, even though he's not an amazing defender, you can see the effort. He's fighting with people. Have you ever seen Trent tussle with someone?
He doesn't do that.
He doesn't do that. He'll put a leg out, and if the guy goes, look, I tried my best. But Frimpong will chase you down, tussle with you, like he will really try and outmuscle someone. And that's all we need. It's not like we're Liverpool at the end of the day. We're gonna have the ball most of the time anyway. It's just those couple of chances that the opposition gets. You need your fullback to at least be switched on and be willing to make and really use their physicality. Trent was just like, oh, bro, this guy's too fast, man. It is what it is. Do you know what I mean? We used to go past him it was literally with ease. It was really with ease. I don't think you're getting past Frimpong with that amount of ease. You really need to at least do something to get past him. But we have a lot of issues to sort out, and that's up to the manager, man. He's won the league now. There's big expectations. He can't say I'm coming from a new league anymore and all this type of stuff. It's his team. He's bought whoever he needed to buy. He can't complain that it's going to take long to gel the team and all this type of stuff, because then you shouldn't have sold everybody. It was your decision, so I'm not trying to hear that either. You need to act fast, and we have Newcastle up next, so let's see.
Yeah, well, I wanted to bring up this topic because you know me and H have been having this argument for the past 2 years, and it's about a specific guy that plays for this specific club as well. And now yesterday, was it yesterday or this morning? It was last night / this morning. I was minding the business and I seen this stat that absolutely blew my mind, because I was like, "There's no way that I've been hearing glaze about this guy for the past 2 years." What the hell is going on with this freak of a nature, Cole Palmer? Hasn't scored an opening play goal since January, and this is the stats in the Premier League so far in 2025, and we're in August, boys. We're in August. Hey, what do you have to say for yourself? What's up with your guy? He's meant to be the franchise. He's meant to be the one.
Look, let me tell you something about my boy Cole. Yeah, fella just got into a bad patch form-wise. Like, this is like the peak. This is literally at the point, since January when he actually like stopped scoring goals. So this stat is actually inflated. All right, it's an inflated stat. Don't buy into the hype.
No. This one is recent, brother.
But the thing is, one thing I'll say is that we can look at this stat, and it's really at your own detriment if you want to take it for what it is. If you think he's only scored 3 goals in 19 games, let's not try and press him too much. You punish you. You blow your mind away.
You see, I hear all that, but I watched him very closely against Crystal Palace. The fellow was non-existent. Then like nobody really played well, and I'm even going to get into João Pedro as well, because I've been hearing for the past couple of weeks, Chelsea, you don't need to got the best striker on the market. João Pedro, Premier League proven, was banging in goals at Brighton. See what you're doing at the Club World Cup. Fella stunk it up against Crystal Palace. Again, non-existent. Do you know what I'm saying? They might as well have a flipping cone up top. Didn't do anything. Do you know what I'm saying? But they're bullying my guy, calling him Brock Lesnar, saying that he's fat, he's stuck in the mud. He runs with Timberlands on his feet. Do you know what I'm saying? But and then people are trying to crucify Starboy as well, but the white version, they're not really saying anything. I watched him against Crystal Palace. He was trying to make things happen. Things were just not happening. They were not happening. And is what I've been trying to tell you for the past couple of seasons is once people really start focused on this guy, it's long.
No,
It's gonna be long
I don't think it's. I don't. Like the thing is, I've been watching
because it's looking long for him because it starts from January to now. It's spooky.
Look. I hear. Look, this is this is actually just poor form. Because the thing is, I've been watching him, bro. Remember me and Serge were telling you were saying I've never been double teamed. I was like, bro, the games we've watched the guy get double teamed, triple teamed, and he still made something happen. This is really just a player just going through a bad patch of form. And like I said, it's really to every other club, every other manager's detriment. If you now decide, based on this information, not to take him seriously, it's at your own risk.
No, they're still going to take him seriously, and long may continue because long may we should see stats like this as well. Because I've been saying that I don't see him as that guy. I think he's a really really good player, but I just don't think he is what you think he is or what he's going to be.
It's not what I think he is. It's what I've seen him to be. It's what because I believe Pato you'd say the same. I know this is a serious talent, bro. This is not a joke, man. This is a real gun man. He's just a gunman that he doesn't have bullets right now. But
he got his gun from Timu.
But you know what? Palmer's one of these guys that it's like, yeah, he'll probably go through a bad patch of spells throughout his career. But see if you just even give him a sniff. See if he scores an open play goal the next game. Yeah, everybody should just have your defenders on assignment that whole week. Because he's a guy that can then go on a 10, 12, 15 game stretch and be getting like 12 GA in 15 games. He can do that. He can produce that. We've seen him do it. Or just one of those. Look, everybody goes through bad patch of spell, bro. Saka went through bad patch of spell as well, bro. Everyone goes through bad patch.
Not from January to August,
bro. You know what? I didn't want to say it, but they even did a stat on Saka, bro. How many non-penalty goals did this brother score, bro? They said how many goals did Saka score in the last 2 years, bro. Even when I saw the stat, I saw
it as well. Some of it is fake. Some of it just rival fans just trying to flip it, drag the thing. Pato, you as well. You were high on Cole Palmer. How are you feeling about him now?
He has, for me, that Club World Cup performance, it gives him a little bit of respite because he hasn't been scoring. When the trophy was on the line, he did his thing. Obviously, points was on the line on Saturday. I think it was against Crystal Palace, and he didn't do his thing. We see that last 19 games, 3 goals, 2 assists. But last season, he got 15 goals, 8 assists. So that means between the start of the season to January, he got 12 goals, 6 assists. So when he's in form, he's really on form. So God forbid he catches form again, because when he does, it's a problem. He's doing Salah numbers when he's in form.
You know what's so great that you said that as well, because before the whole January type of stuff, that's when Chelsea were kind of in the title race, but they didn't actually want to pump out the chest and say that we're in a title race. You know what I'm saying? So now the bunch of players will move on where they're saying, "Oh, title race, what's that?" and all this type of stuff. I seen the interview with Nani Madueke before he came to us. A bunch of little freaks just saying a title race and just get over it, man. You know what I'm saying? But once they kind of announced themselves, I'll say in a sense to the world, and we were actually looking at Chelsea saying, "Shit, this project might actually work." And this is what gets to my point where I say when people actually start focusing in on this guy. So now clubs started to take them seriously because they're pretty high up. They weren't the mediocre Chelsea that you've been seeing for the past 2 years where they're kind of floundering around. They're going a little bit of a run and they'll just get whacked. These people, after it got to about like after Boxing, I'm pretty sure I seen the table on Boxing Day. They were like maybe 2 or 3 points behind you guys, and then by like New Year's, like the first week of New Year's, they were like 5-7 points behind. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It switched like that, and that's what I was trying to say. When people are doing tactical plans, I know they will probably had them in their head already, but they're probably focusing on other players. But when this guy was going on that run, and then they really focus on him around January, after January. Look at his stats now. You're saying I get what you guys are saying. It's a bad run, all that kind of stuff. He's not really in form. I'll give it to him in the Club World Cup. He played well. Even that Conference League final as well. He balled out. So on the big stage, he can step up. But over a consistent amount of weeks, months, we've seen it now that he's not really the same. He's giving you moments right now. Do you know what I'm saying? Like little bits of moments. He hasn't been able to put that all together since the back of it, like since last year, around this time last year. You know what I'm saying? So you guys are telling me, yeah, once he catches form, but it's been nearly a year, boys. If you really want to think about it. It's been nearly a year. I'm waiting for this form to click back in.
It's been half a season, and we're in a new season now. So he has
Mm.
so the new season, you have a clean slate.
Mm.
When you look back in the history books and you look at his last 2 seasons, if you look at the GA, it's very very impressive. Now we're in a new season. It's just the first game. Let's keep it real. It was Crystal Palace. They just
Mhm.
whacked Liverpool in the Community Shield, and the game they had before that, they whacked Man City in the FA Cup final. So they're no scrubs. Do you know what I mean? Let
Listen,
him.
we slapped them up and down last season. No, don't worry about that. Do you know what I'm saying? Jesus hat trick. Do you know what I'm saying?
I didn't even know that guy was still.
It's not a problem for some clubs. I'll tell you that.
Anyways, because if I start talking about trophies now, you say all I talk about is trophies. But anyways,
But I'm just talking about the game. I'm not even talking about trophies. I didn't even mention trophies.
you see, Cole Palmer saving his good performances when it's really needed. You know what I mean? But no, like
No, go on, Pato.
yeah, 100%. When people are telling you you're better than Saka and you're the best, you need to be the first on the team sheet in the England squad and all this type of stuff. Yeah, you're going to be held to a high regard. He's supposed to be comparable to the Verts, to the Cherokees, and all these type of players in the league, to the Odegaards. So yeah, he's hasn't been pulling up trees the last half a season. But we just started the season. Give me like 5, 6 games. If I'm still seeing this type of pattern, the conversation is going to have to change. And I need to see that in the media as well, because it's actually astonishing that he has gone through this patch and it hasn't been talked about that much. Imagine Rashford had this type of patch, which he did at some
Bro,
point.
look at the season Phil Foden had that, and they barely mentioned it.
Exactly the
After,
same.
off the back of winning a PFA Player of the Year, imagine Marcus Rashford winning PFA Player of the Year, then stunk up the season like Foden just did. Oh, they would try to rip up his contract.
And I was even watching stuff, and they were giving me so many reasons. They said he was injured, he was playing through injury. They said De Bruyne wasn't pulling his weight. They said Rodri wasn't there, so they couldn't block Foden. They told me all the stories. They told me because Doku doesn't release the ball. They told me so many reasons Foden didn't perform last season. I'm not trying to hear that. When you're telling me you're generational, when you're telling me you're up there with like the best midfielders in the world, when you're telling me you're first on the England team sheet, which is what they've been saying about Palmer and Foden in recent years. I don't want to hear, oh, I'm young and I can have a rough patch. There's no time for rough patch. Haaland doesn't have rough patch. Salah doesn't have rough patch, and and that's the level you're trying to get to. You're telling me these guys are better than Saka. Saka, he has rough patches, but he can still do stuff in the game without scoring and assisting. If Palmer's superpower is goals and assists, you need to bring the goals and assists. Because if that's all you bring, then you need to show that. If run the game then and don't score and assist. If you can't do that, then that's something that he lacks in this game. Because if you can only have a good game if you score and assisting, it's another thing to look into. But yeah.
Hey, what would be a decent level of output that you'd be happy with for Cole Palmer this season?
Bro, it has to be better than last season. That's it. It has to be more goals, has to be more assists than last season. Like, because I've seen Cole Palmer since his debut. I think his debut was it Champions League? And he scored, I think, that game. I've seen this guy is look, I believe he's a generational talent. I just think that he's just one of these guys where it's like he'll go through a rough patch, but then once he gets a sniff, once you give him a sniff, then it all comes crashing back to him. Do you know what I mean? So it's tough, but the guy should be at least aiming for at least like 25, 30 GA this season, Prem alone. Like he should at least be doing like a 20 goals, 10 assists, 15 goals, 15 assists type of numbers in the Prem this season. Like if we look at the team around them, look at the talent that's all around. There's like, mate, I won't lie to you, bro. The best player on the pitch the other day was Estevao, bro. Like
I was literally just even about to bring him up and say that he really impressed me as well. Like, kid has no fear. He was willing to take on players. When he lose the ball, he was willing to track back. He even got a yellow card as well because he put in a bit of a late challenge as well. Like the kid, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not. I don't want to say they have a talent in their hands because I want to see a bit more before I start kind of glazing a little bit. But boy looks good.
Oh,
Boy
and
looks
that's what I
good.
mean, and that's what I mean about when I said about
But
Verts.
before you go, Chelsea need to go and find the receipt that they pay for that Bernal Gittins kid. Yeah, that guy stunk up the place on Saturday, man. That guy, they need to go and find the receipt. Go and see if you could get back one of the payments. That guy was pissing me off in that left wing. But H going,
Nah, but to be fair, he was. I can't even cap. But the thing is, and that's what I was saying about Verts, yeah, is that like Verts in his game played as though like he was still in the Bundesliga. Estevao, 18, came on. He was moving like,
like
bro,
a
give me
kid,
the
like a kid in the
ball.
playground.
He was
Yeah,
like,
like a kid in the
I'm
playground.
on
Yeah,
these, I'm on these man. I'm on these niggas' asses and that type shit. You know what I mean? But it's just like I think there's certain players that they're like they're made for it. They live up to it. They enjoy the occasion type of thing. Do you know what I mean? Doesn't matter if it's the first game or my 100 game or my 1,000 game. Every game I am up for it. And that Esteval kid, like honestly, look, we don't need to glaze him, but bro, I've been seeing the games that he's been playing. I think, bro, the guy is like grown men. He's been bullying. Like, bro, I'm terrified. I won't lie, because once he gets used to the prem, oh, bro,
it's gonna be long for everybody.
it's a long day.
If he
It's gonna
gets
be a
if he
long.
gets his timing right, you know what I mean, where he's able to know when he releases the ball, he has like maybe max 2 seconds before he needs to make his next decision, whether it's to face up his man or release the pass, and there you can go and do movements. But nah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit worried that Chelsea are gonna, in a way, stumble their way into it all working and meshing out. But what I'm kind of quietly optimistic about and hopeful for is that with the amount of talent they've hoarded, somebody is now gonna drip from the net. And there's gonna be a couple that's gonna be like, yo, there's too many guys here for me to actually shine. I wanna be the guy, and let their own egos kind of kill themselves, because like H says all the time, they're putting young boys on nearly 100K. You living in London, you know what I'm saying? That's a recipe for disaster. Let's be honest. Most of them from impoverished backgrounds, so now they have that London living lifestyle. They live in England. They're professional footballer. They're earning thousands, millions of pounds. Do you know what I'm saying? So it could go one or two ways. But that's not me coming from like a bad angle. I just don't want them to succeed, because Chelsea is one of our biggest rivals. I don't want to see that club win a goddamn thing again in my lifetime. I'll be so honest with you.
Don't worry,
I'll be so honest.
we'll see a few of those boys in Crystal Palace and Fulham within 2.5 years, bro.
Yeah, listen, Arteta's gonna try sign one of them next summer as well, guaranteed. Just watch. Just watch guaranteed next year he's gonna try sign somebody. But the other person I wanted to get onto was that João Pedro guy, yeah. Bro, they were trying to tell me Gyökeres had the worst debut in Premier League history. Look at these stats, boys. Guy was just doing cardio on the pitch.
I don't understand why people are shocked though. This guy in the Prem is a penal merchant. Like, bro, I don't understand what people are actually shocked. Like, if you actually sit down and watch João Pedro play, good technical player. But if you actually sit down and watch this guy play, you'd be like, bro, what the fuck? like, honestly, if you go look, I beg someone pull up the stat, bro. How many open play goals does João Pedro have in the Prem since he got there? Bro, I am telling you, it's not more than 10 goals, bro. I'm telling you. This guy likes to score penalties, bro. They're telling me, this.
Last year he scored 10 goals, 6 assists, but I don't know how many penalties.
Bro, I can tell you at least seven of those goals are penalties.
Not 7. That's crazy.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro.
Okay. I found the João Pedro has scored 14 open play goals in the Premier League. He has a total scored of 20 goals in 59 Premier League appearances for Brighton. 14 of those from open play. He's also scored 9 goals in the Premier League while playing for Watford.
So 14 of his 20 goals 6 of his Prem goals are penalties. Okay. That's a terrible ratio. And even go and look at the goals that he did score, bro. Most of them are tap-ins. I didn't see no Sky Sports highlight of him banging the ball from 20 yards out. They're all in the bro, and it's just like people are trying to gas this, and I was like, you guys need to understand. You didn't sign a man that scored 20 goals in the Prem or 15 goals in the Premier season. You're signing a guy that scores penalties. You're signing a guy that's scoring goals in the box tap-ins. Chelsea's not a tapping club. Look at even Parma's goals last season. Outside the box, in and around the box. This is not his playing style. This is not, bro. You saw the game. It was fucking shy.
I will come to Chelsea's defense because they just played a whole tournament. Like, them
Oh,
boys
bro, they have about 400 players, bro.
yeah, but still, like, we have to be fair. Imagine you just played a tournament and now you're playing Premier League.
Well, but the reason why I can't feel bad for them is they have like at least 3-4 players in one position.
No, I hear it.
Do you know how many keepers they have on the books? They have 7 goalkeepers on the books.
Yeah, but the actual first team players is not that crazy.
They're all first team players, bro.
Oh, let's be honest, man. They're not. They've trimmed it
We
down.
need to get your brother. We need to get your brother on here. They're all first team players. Bro. There was a reason why we're taking the piss, and they need to have 2 locker rooms. They have like 4 players per position.
But it's not like that anymore. They trimmed it down. They've worked it out. They've trimmed it down quite a lot. It's not a crazy amount of players like that anymore. Like all the João Felix and what's that guy? Loads of players are gone, man. But I will say they just played a whole tournament. Their first 11 literally played a tournament and they won it. And now they have to play Premier League. It's not easy, man. Against the Crystal Palace that have been that are refreshed. Do you know what I mean? So Cole Palmer, João Pedro, them man, they need a break. Look at our teams. Our teams, the manager had how many weeks with them? We barely won our matches. So we can't really be looking at Chelsea like, bro, that man just came back from holiday last week. Do you know what I mean?
Bro, they had a team for the Conference League, then they had a team for the Premier League. Do you know how crazy that is?
That's because it was Conference League. If they were in Champions League, it wouldn't have been like that.
It doesn't matter. They can still do that in the Champions League now. They could literally have a team that plays on a Tuesday or either a Wednesday in the Champions League, then have a whole separate team, maybe with 1 or 2 players overlapping for the Saturday or Sunday. That's the reason why I can't feel bad for these guys. They're holding too many players. There's too many players in the box. Like it's genuinely too much. Like they could have gave Cole Palmer the summer off if they really wanted to, but obviously they didn't because they wanted to go and win the Club World Cup because there's a lot of financial incentive, and plus as well that you have the bragging rights with the world champions right now. Do you know what I'm saying? So these people, I can't really feel too bad for them. That's just my honest opinion, anyways.
Because I'll say this as well. We were saying that they just played a cup, bro. Estevao came on the pitch. He was there with a different club. He also played in that same tournament and he was balling out. So I don't have, bro. Look, Chelsea. Listen, I understand it's Crystal Palace, but guess what? You have probably one of the most expensive squads in the Prem. You have world-class talent in your side. This is not time for excuses, boys. This is time for you to be kicking ball and winning games. Do you know what I mean?
But they didn't lose anyway. Let's get on to this.
Now, this one I wanted to show you, boys. I wanted to get onto this one because I actually seen it earlier today, and I was a little bit surprised on how high up this fucking guy was because I was like, "Fuck, this other guy won't piss off, man." He's definitely not catching Alan Shearer. I'll tell you that for free. It's definitely It's definitely not catching Shearer. I think at best, I don't think he'll catch Kane this season. I think it might need to creep into next season because he'll have to go nearly Super Saiyan to catch up to Kane. I think he can definitely get to Rooney, but he'll need to go on like a 22, 23 goal scoring campaign in order to get to Rooney.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? In order for him to get to Kane, he'd have to go over 30. But that's not even the reason why I'm even showing you this, guys, as well. When he eventually overlaps Andy Cole, where are we gonna have to rank Mohamed Salah when it comes to all-time Premier League players?
For me, it's top.
Guy's really better than Louis Saha, man. What are we talking about?
For me, it's top 2, top 3. Top 3 is top 3.
Top 3.
Yeah,
who's your top 3? Give me a top 3. Who's your top 3?
I will go Henry,
mm-hmm.
number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I want to put Salah second, but I want him to win a couple more trophies before he leaves, so my argument can really stand. Second, I don't even know to be honest. It could be Rooney, and then Salah third. But I think Salah, for me, do you know what? I'm putting Salah second, but I don't give a shit. Um, because he does stuff that other people haven't done and haven't even come close to it. And I can give you so many records, and you're gonna tell me, but he's not aesthetic. The aesthetic people, why didn't they have those records?
But he's not, bro. Sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. He's not. Also, he has a lot of like aesthetically pleasing goals that he scored.
Because you know what the thing is, yeah. Do you know the thing? I just want to say this, yeah. Because I remember there was a period on TikTok where the season just ended, and obviously the kids that never watched Henri they were like, they keep on talking about this Henri guy, like he's just always better than Salah. You know, they're posting the picture of Salah with all the trophies, and then someone did an edit to one of the comments here, and then the guy come to the and he's saying, "Yeah, Salah tried any of those moves, but he's breaking all his legs."
So there was one goal that Henry scored against PSV in the Champions League where he took it from the left, jinked this way, pull underneath some guy's armpit, jinked another way, jinked this way, then ran all the way and scored. I said, yeah, Salah could, like, no offense to him, like he has his own specialty, but I said he could just never, he genuinely could never. You know what I'm saying? But like.
But he scores a similar amount of goals to Henri.
Like in my top three, I'll put Henri, then I'll put CR7, then I'll put Salah. I'll put Salah there.
That's fair. I'm okay with that. I'm actually okay with that.
I don't like Salah doesn't sniff my top three. He don't sniff it, man. He don't sniff it. And the general thing is, yeah, and it's not even from a hating on Liverpool type of thing. It's just from a pure footballing perspective. Because when we're talking about the best player, as in the like objectively, Salah sound. Like there is no way that you like I could never disrespect Mo Salah in my life. I could never. Because objectively, right, goal scorer, assists, all the records, 100%. But when you start getting into the realm of football ability, the ability to play football, bro, I'm sorry, I can't put him myself straight because when I think about better footballers than Mo Salah, bro,
but that's not what they're playing football for. If you're building a squad and you need to win a Premier League and you have right wing position available, who are you putting there? You're putting Salah over everyone.
No, and that's what I'm saying. But that you're talking about building a squad of 11. We're talking about a top three here. I'm saying as a footballer, Mo Salah's not in my top three. He's not.
Just because you don't like the way he plays.
It's unfortunate just because I just don't like the way he plays football. And I've said it before, it's very labored. And I've said the same thing, like him and Saka are like in that same ilk where it's just like the way you play, it doesn't move me. I'm not moving. I know what you're doing. I can see what you're doing. I know you're chefing me. I know if I was a defender, I'd be scared for my life. But you're not moving me. I rarely have I seen Salah do something. I'm saying, and I do. Ooh, I do. Hey,
there's so many examples I can give you though.
No, but that's the thing. The examples you can give me, I've seen them. That goal that he scored against was at Chelsea where he won the Puskas Award or whatever. Bro, that's a good goal. And the thing is, I can recognize that's a great goal. But it didn't move me. Do you know what I mean? Because imagine if it was like a Neymar or a Hazard.
Like that Ronaldo overhead had you saying, "Oh my god." Do you know what I'm saying? Even though you've seen overheads before, boy, it still had you saying, "Oh my god." Do you know what I'm saying?
But in all respect to Salah, look, he'll probably catch Rooney, realistically. Unless he has like a crazy decline this season, and he does like 15 goals or something, or 20 goals or something. I think he probably catches Rooney gets into that top three. Then the conversation is different between him and Ronaldo. Then, I can always have an objective conversation when it comes to, okay, within that person's league, within that person's that era, where do they rank? And then that conversation will go. It's literally the only thing that's holding Ronaldo sincerely is the Ballon d'Or. That's literally the thing of fingertips that Mo Salah is just not. He just because he didn't win it. He can't get past Ronaldo. But if he gets third all time goals, then he's not far from Harry Kane.
He's gonna get second.
If he pushes then to second, I'm sorry. Then if you have over 213 goals, however many assists he has, and many games that he's played, and all the trophies he's won, it's different.
You can then look at Ronaldo. Like even me, you guys know I'm a Ronaldo fanboy. Anyways, even me as well. The only way I could say I'm picking Ronaldo over Salah at that point is just because he won the Ballon d'Or. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's just unfortunate with some of the seasons that Mo has had, that he's just from an African country that he's just not going to get the respect that he deserves for it as well. Because listen, there's only been one African player in history that's won the Ballon d'Or, and that was George Weah. And there's been many great African players since, like even Eto'o that won back-to-back trebles didn't even get a sniff. Do you know what I'm saying? Won back-to-back trebles wasn't even considered. You know what I mean? He wasn't really an option. Do you know what I'm saying?
And in fairness to Salah, Salah's been doing this whilst having an African Cup of Nations. This is the goals of a man that's missing games. He's missing games halfway through the season, still putting up crazy numbers. I'll always respect Salah. I'll always respect him. But if he gets 213 goals, I won't lie, he's past Ronaldo. But I think the conversation between him and Henry is a lot closer. And it's going to be very uncomfortable for a lot of people to have. It's going to be very, very uncomfortable for people to have. And again, then it'll just come down to who's just the more appealing player.
Yeah, it'll just come down to personal preference. But if he gets third, second, it's gonna be long conversations that people's heads is gonna be hot. But I just wanted to bring that up just because it might be a future conversation, and it might be a future conversation at the end of the season, maybe in like 8-9 months time, depending on what kind of seasons Mo has as well. But there is an Africa Cup of Nations kind of sandwiched in there as well, so we'll have to see. Usually when he comes back from AFCON, he's never really the same. So we'll have to see how he's
legs are gonna be heavy.
I'll just say, yeah. Out of the top 4, all of them are Englishmen, yeah, who started their careers in England, finished in England, yeah. Salah.
Well, except for you said top 4. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, top 4, yeah. Salah's the only strike. Is the only. Actually, Rudy might not be. You won't class him as a number 9. Traditionally, he played all different positions, but the top 2 are both number 9s in it. Salah needs to get 15 goals or 14 goals now because he just scored. If he gets 15 goals this season, 15 goals next season, he beats Kane. He's never scored less than 18 goals. His average is like 22, 23 goals per season. I think when we talk about Henry and Ronaldo and Rooney and where does he rank, we're comparing him to man whose careers are finished. So
Ronaldo's still kicking.
Brother, that guy's their Premier League careers are finished anyway.
Yeah.
With Salah, he's still cooking. Apparently, he's in the team that is odds on to win the Premier League. That's another title. If he grabs another champion, if he grabs another Prem and a champ, wins a Golden Boot, bro, he has 5 Golden Boots, more than anybody, more than Henry. He'll be second all time goal scorers in England. He's not English. Everybody else is English. Alan Shearer's not going to catch him. No one's going to catch him because that guy, the fellow was playing since he was 12.
I still don't know how that guy got 260. I'll be so honest.
What?
He won 3 Golden Boots in a row. He has like the most seasons of 20 goals in a row.
Bro, Shearer's a bags man.
No, I know he was a bagsman, but 260.
Bro, if you the thing is, yeah, I didn't believe that hype. Yeah, my dad goes to me, oh, don't worry, one day I'll come and show you on YouTube, innit? Remember my dad sat me down, bro, put one random, like I think it's like Blackburn against I think Leeds or something. Bro, I said, what? I said, bro, you'd probably think, yeah, because the clips we have of Alan Shearer is like when later on in his career, he's a bit stiff, not mobile. Bro,
late 90s, early 2000s.
This brother was moving to man. You know, like not. Oh yeah, he was just get the. This guy was dribble, beat the man, bang, top. I've never seen someone where they rifle the ball into first time, put it away, volleys, have
To be,
volleys,
to be
10.
honest, to be honest with you, I've actually never sat down to actually watch Alan Shearer Cup. Do you know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna watch like throwback strikers, it has to be Ronaldo Nazario for me, man. Some of the stuff that guy used to do, fuck you know.
Bro, because
And,
deep
and my other favorite one, Adriano. If that guy just didn't decide to be a gang member and decide to play football, he could have been something as well, man. You know what I'm
bro,
saying?
that's why to this day, 260 goals, yeah, in the league, 260. Man don't even score that in their career, bro. 260 in the league alone. Bro, the goals this guy was scoring were not normal, bro. You guys think that Haaland is a robot when he first came to the Prem. This is the Terminator. This is the real Terminator. It was crazy, bro. Like honestly, like since bro, I just to this day, bro, no one could chat. This is a real gunman. They should send him
Oh,
to the military.
I'll last part of this last question before we wrap up. If Salah does get second or even third all time in the modern era, would he be a bigger legend for Liverpool Football Club than Steven Gerrard?
For me, he already is. It's just the fact that he's not Scouse and is sentimental. But if we're gonna really be realistic, he put Liverpool.
Would
One,
he
he's a,
deserve a statue more than Stevie G? Because in my honest opinion, I think he would. I think he definitely deserves it.
the only problem with that is the fans are gonna have uproar. People from Liverpool are gonna have uproar. Like, why you putting this Egyptian guy?
But you weren't causing uproar when he was banging all those goals and winning Premier League titles. And the fella has showed time and time again that he loves Liverpool as a club, as a city, as an
Yeah,
institution. So it doesn't really matter if he's Egyptian. You can say he's as much Scouse as the next person. He's been living in Liverpool for nearly 10 years, I'd say as well now at this
yeah.
point.
I think with the statue thing, it's like, so if you see the people that have statues at Liverpool, these men
Hmm.
won 3 Champions League and 8 league titles. Brother, your one champion and 2 titles is not moving the needle to be getting statues and all.
Hmm.
That's the problem. Because let's not forget, in the 80s, Liverpool was clearing up, man. And that's the level that everybody needs to aspire to. If
Yeah,
you
but the
let's say
thing
you
is,
don't
you're not gonna get to that type of level because the mid to late 2000s United were clearing up.
yeah,
You know what I'm
then you don't deserve a statue. Then you can't move the goalposts for people just because another team was doing well. Bro, you should
saying?
have tried harder then and be winning and be winning titles. It is what it is. For me,
Mm-hmm.
he's the best player in Liverpool's history in the Premier League era. He probably is all time, but I didn't see all these Dalglish and Ian Rush and these type of man, so I can't really speak on them. But for Liverpool in the Premier League era, for sure. And for me, he can chat to anybody. He can chat to Henry. Henry is still better than him, but the stats will slap you in the face in 2 more seasons, and that's when like Harrison was saying, the conversation will be a bit more closer. But I think Henry will still edge it based on the personality, the aesthetics, even just the effect that he had on people like us growing up. Is the XP is too
That,
much.
that, that, that French juice is not running out anytime soon. I'll tell you that.
Exactly. You have to be completely honest, bro. Everybody wants it to be Henry. You know, young black boys growing up, we all of us wanted to be Henry. Bro, the fella
But
was
listen,
cold.
but listen, you're gonna have to build thing a statue, just like our boy Ryan has said. If you Liverpool don't build them one, you guys as a fan base gonna have to come together, get your sculpting on, fucking get 3D printer or something like that, and put that statue
You know,
outside the stadium for the fella. You know what I'm saying?
do you know what I'll say? Just on the reason why probably there's more of an affinity towards Stevie than, and it's not even the scouts thing. I think it's more so the fact that Mo doesn't have a great save like Istanbul. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't have a, and it wasn't
Like
like
like a
Istanbul, like,
storyline type of thing.
yeah, like Stevie. I don't want to say single handedly, but
Single handed.
that guy was playing everywhere, all 11 positions. Do you know what I mean? Like he really dragged them lot to that. And it's like Mo obviously has a champo, obviously has a prem, top all the, but it's like, football is like what any sport. It's like a story. It's like a story tale type of fairy tale type thing. that always has a fairy tale type ending. Stevie has that. That's bro. I don't like Liverpool. You know, fans. So nobody likes Liverpool, but guess what? We all know Istanbul. We all know what happened that night. We've all seen the video. It's been embedded. It's been ingrained in us because it's probably single-handedly, probably one of the best individual performances of all time. Like Mo doesn't have even the 4-0 comeback against Bar. He wasn't there.
He wasn't there. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like it's so hard. And it's like he probably should be the first name on that ballot to get his statue. He probably should. He should be even inducted into Premier League Hall of Fame right now. But it's just one of those things where it's like when you don't have your storyline and you're just a player that came and you did very well and you won, but you didn't have that thing where the storyline it was finished. You guys were dead, but because of you, you decided no, I'm not dead yet. That you guys then went and won. It's hard.
I'll even interject and say like even like with Henry when we signed Henry from Juventus, people were saying he was going to be a flop. The guy's not going to be a striker. He's going to be dead. The guy turned out to be one of the best players in the world and became our all-time goal scorer as well. And then even with CR7 with United as well, came in as a scrawny little kid, all flicks and tricks, turned himself into a monster, won everything, won a Ballon d'Or. So yeah, Salah kind of has that with Chelsea, I guess, but it's not really like the same as the other two because obviously he was at Chelsea, didn't really get sniffed, went to Serie A, played for Fiorentina, played for Roma, then got moved back to Liverpool, and then yeah, it just kind of went from there. So like, there's no real lore to him. It's just look, everything about Salah just seems stiff, man. Even the storyline, his redemption arc as well is even stiff.
But the last thing I'll say on it though is with Henry and with Ronaldo. So Henry came in, I think, in 2000, yeah, and you had won the league in '98. You had Patrick Vieira, you had Bergkamp, you had all these people. You had the league winners already. You even had people that had won the league in '91 still in your team. Tony Adams and them, man. Cristiano Ronaldo came in.
Don't forget Martin Keown as well. That's my guy right there.
Martin Keown, exactly, true Premier League. I think he has four league titles.
I think 4 league titles, just like that. Yeah. Like Adams. Yeah.
Ronaldo came into United. Alex Ferguson been winning league titles. You had people like Gary Neville.
Yeah, I know where you're going with this storyline. But let me just say something, Pato. It's still stiff.
No,
bro. Like it doesn't move you when you know when I was telling you about the whole CR7 scrawny kid coming in and he broke himself up. Like you know, like even when I tell you the story of Salah, I bet you didn't even share that to you. You're just like, oh, okay. You know, bro, but when I told you the Ronaldo one, you probably felt a little something inside, like yeah, I remember that. But you know, doing the flicks and tricks, and you know, then he's turned into a monster. You know what I'm saying?
But you are talking of exactly. You are coming to me with sentimentality and flair and all this stuff. I'm coming in, boom, came into the Premier League for Liverpool, bang, broke the goal scoring record, 32 goals.
You know what it is, Jay? You know what it is, Jay? Pato, he didn't even do a bit of foreplay. He just got straight into it, and that's the issue. He just like we all knew he was good, yeah. He just came back to the league. He went on a mad campaign, and then he's just been doing that ever since. Like with Henry and CR7, they were at least shift for a couple of seasons. They gave us a bit of foreplay. We seen what they could have become and what was there, and then they led us to the big climax. You know what I'm saying? And they went to levels. Salah just like he just spat on and just put it in, and then he's just been going ever since.
Do you know what's so funny? Henry scored 25 goals in his first season in all comps. He wasn't having a stinker. And me, I don't want the storyline. Just come and deliver. That's another thing. That's another thing to say. Salah didn't need time to embed. He came in, boom. He was a hit straight away. So that's another thing I'm gonna say. Look at these. They needed time.
But that's the thing. It's not like, and that's the difference between like Henry, Salah, like the Rooney's. Like, it's not romantic. Do you know what I mean? There's no romance. Like obviously, as a Liverpool fan, you're gonna obviously have more affinity to Salah than.
Yeah, of
course. The difference is like with Henry, with like Ronaldo, it's like they captivated a whole league, and not just they dominate the league. They captivate the fans of other teams. Do you know what I mean? And it's like with Salah, it's like we respect other fans, we respect Salah, but Salah doesn't captivate. Because I remember other fans be tuning into Arsenal games because they just wanted to watch Henry.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Even Ronaldo, they just tune in just to watch Ronaldo. Like, bro, what's this man gonna do today? It's like Salah doesn't have that romance about his story. Great player, but there's no. Let me tune in.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know how to. He doesn't know how to like toast you properly. You know,
He's not
whispering anything in your ear. You know what I'm saying?
He's not sweet. He's not sweet on. He's not no homo, but he's not sweet on the tongue type of thing. Do you know what I mean? Because even me, I hate it, bro. I hate Ronaldo. Yeah, but I know if United Ronaldo's playing, I will see something that day, bro. I will see something. But it's like what Salah's like. I know what I'm gonna get, and it's boring.
And that's fair enough. And I can't argue with that. He doesn't have the story. He doesn't have the flair. He doesn't have the magic that you guys are talking about. But when you don't have the natural, these intangibles that you're talking about, then the only thing you can do is put up the numbers. What else can he do? He can't make himself have the intangibles, but he can make himself have the numbers, and that's what he's doing.
Absolutely. Well, yeah. Listen, we'll leave it there. It's been a great. It's been a great pod. I'm not gonna lie. I appreciate Ryan, even my boy Mark as well, seeing that you joined us, tuning in and also engaging with the our discussion as well. We'll be live again the same time around 9 o'clock next week, Monday. We'll do a whole new recap as well. Hopefully Arsenal win at Leeds and it's a bit of a better performance. Hopefully Newcastle whack Liverpool as well for all that stuff they've been giving them with Isaac.
He's gonna pull up like Chris Eubank.
Imagine him and Eddie Howe walking into the dressing room.
This is the job we need in the Prem, man. Bring football back.
You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna see Isaac in the away end with Liverpool jersey.
And then, but yeah, no, guys, literally appreciate all of you for tuning in and joining in as well. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. Good night. God bless. Take care of yourselves. Peace.